Supriya, do you think the government is in touch or is not in touch with the reality of how the armed forces have always worked? Recruitment is important because people for generations have depended on becoming soldiers and serve a tenure of at least 15 years. Today, that system, which is by and large worked wonderfully well in India, for decades, we have tinkered with. Why? Because we want to save funds. Couldn't the funds for an economy as large as ours be brought from somewhere else? Why mess with something so critical as national security?
As a percentage of the budget, the defense budget has actually gone down under the Modi government. But set numbers aside, because this is not an economic debate. I come from a family of freedom fighters and people who've served in uniform. And I personally believe that Indian Army or armed forces for that matter represent a certain tradition and ethos. And tradition in places like these should not be tinkered with. Having said that, I would denounce any kind of violence of any nature for any cause. But please understand, why are these people frustrated? Why are they being pushed to do what they are doing? For 8 long years, you kept saying we will generate employment. We will give 2 crore jobs. You were supposed to make 18 crore jobs by now. Instead, do you now come and say 10 lakh jobs in 1.5 years? You say 4 years of army employment, 17 to 21 years of age, extremely small. What happens to these people when they come out? And this is also an afterthought, lateral entry and all that. It was not thought through. The government says consultations for 2 years. Every major voice from the defense arena has actually unanimously said, please rethink, this is dangerous, don't do it. You'll have armed people, 21 years of age, with no gainful employment, out in the society with nothing to do. They'll be disappointed. They will be frustrated. Who did you consult for 2 years? And this is classic policy making, this government's way. You did exactly this with the farmers. No consultation. You came in, you put a policy, and you saw the results. Today, you're doing the same thing. This is about the future generations of this country and the future of our armed forces. I mean, armed forces is something where people should be motivated, they should be happy, they should be risk-taking. People are going to be risk-averse. If in 4 years I want to leave the Indian Army and I will have nothing to look forward to, no pension, nothing, I will have an 11 lakh package, why am I going to risk my life for the sovereignty of this country or for saving our borders? I mean, these are very important questions that government needs to answer.
No, let me put that question to Alok Vats. Let me put that question.